The last 2 months. Now, in that darkness, there appears to be some light. Joe Vasquez shows us a neighborhood dinner that allows some kids, even rival gang members, to do something they could never do on the street.
In the middle of a violent spree in Oakland,
come and join us for the dinner.
Volunteers are serving up new hope
On this side, Kimbo.
for old rivals.
All positive energy today. I really need it.
Every Wednesday night here at the YMCA on 45th, the Homies Empowerment Program hosts a dinner for young people who live in the nearby blocks. A territory that recently has been ravaged by drive-by shootings and murderous retaliations.
And it's been a very heavy beginning to a year. Here you have young people who are from rival neighborhoods. Some identified as norteños, some identified as border brothers. To break bread is something really sacred and special. And so these kids break bread every week. And they cross enemy lines to get here.
Breaking the bread is a crowd mostly made up of Latino teenagers. Some are sworn enemies. 16-year-old Brenda Paz and Roy Ramos,
like we're from different neighborhoods,
would not be allowed to be seen together on the street.
To be real, sometimes it'd be weird because you'd be seeing them and you'd be like, dang, you know, like, I can't be speaking to you. But then when you sit down and you really hear their story, you'd be like, I can't relate because I go through that.
They sit together to eat and learn.
The main thing, escuela, school.
About Latino history, about nonviolent activism, even though many know somebody who has been killed.
Just on Monday, in the corner of my house, somebody got killed over wearing a red belt. But here, it feels like you're protected, even though I may have a certain color, somebody else may have a certain color, but we have the same skin tone. We have the same purpose of being here. It's to unite.
Anybody know a loved one that has recently passed?
For 2 hours a week, the dinner provides a peaceful refuge from the tensions of the street.
Y'all ready? Okay, get comfortable. Let's cue this up.
On this night, they gather to watch an Emmy Award-winning PBS documentary called Children of Violence that depicted Latino gang life in Oakland in 1981. Teenagers living and dying for their street gangs. 30 years later, it still goes on. Survivors from that documentary came to talk to the kids about how some of their homies didn't survive, but how they can.
Loco for real, no, son.
That's former gang member Gary Baca. He's now a radio host on KPFA.
It's good that the Homies Empowerment can get these kids together and get to know each other. It's easier to kill a kid that you don't know than killing a kid that you do.
This is what we tell them. Do you want to end up on a Rest in Peace t-shirt? Or do you want to end up in a poster like Zapata, like Cesar Chavez? Yes, rest in peace, but for a legacy. What will your legacy be? And that's what we're working on so that they can change the world.
Now, I want to make a couple of things clear. Not all of these kids are gang members. Many of them associate with gangs because they see it as a means to survival in their neighborhood. And of course, the hardcore gangster criminals, they're probably not attending this meal. These are the kids who are choosing to make a difference. And, you know, for a couple hours a week, they're not out there being targets. They're in there learning about how to make peace.
Yeah.
You listen to what was said, you look in their eyes. Were they listening? They're riveted. Yeah. What? There's an alternative path? What? There's a history that I've never really learned about Latinos and, for that matter, about other things. And these kids they're plugged in to the politics. Don't be surprised if you see some of these kids being leaders in the future. Good. Yeah.
Seeds are being planted.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Joe, thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Well, a real life